go. This is Emily C., my new bestie.
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
This stole the show. Emily C. was phenomenal.
There's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Look at my baby. Here she is. Emily. 10 out of 10. Huge fan.
I see Emily C says 123. I trust her. She's really good.
Listen, Turtle, you gotta watch your language. I'm already live. So you need to follow the FCC guidelines.
He destroyed, left nothing in her path. It was so good.
Hi, everyone. I'm Emily C. You might know me as Timothy Bradel or Judge Doolin or Robert Cosgrove. But today I'm just me. And today I just wanted to come hang out. I feel like I did these like big elaborate live streams with Corey Hopkins and we read over the sidebars, but I wanted a day to just come hang out with you guys, my sea creatures. That's broken. Okay. I started my day with Nurse Kim, and then I listened to Mazza and Betero talk for 2 hours about things that I knew absolutely nothing about, Stranger Things. And can you see me? I'm so scared that I mess this up every time. Can you guys see me? Am I here? Do I exist? Can you see me? You can? Okay, thank you. And it's just been like a fun day of like listening. I watched the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things and then fell off, and I listened to 2 hours of them talk about Stranger Things and sports, and I was just like in the zone, and then nobody else was on, and I need to catch up on Brother Council, but I didn't have time. But I want to watch Brother Council and Andrea Burkhart talk all about what is it called? Richard Allen. But then I just wanted to come here and hang out with you guys and have just like a little low-key hello and talk about drama a little bit. First things first, most importantly, how's everybody feeling today? The sea creatures are now, the aquarium is full, the aquarium is done. A very me thing to do is to like make something and then never be finished with it and keep saying like, I'll add more to this and I'll do this and I'll do that. So now I'm finally saying it's closed. But I'm excited to know how you guys are all feeling today. I feel very peaceful. I just feel like happy, peaceful, calm. I mean, as calm as like I ever feel. So kind of calm. Meatball Morrissey, Sketty Stains is excited. Also, I heard an inside scoop that what the stain that Meatball Morrissey always has. I talked to somebody who worked with him, and he said that Michael Morrissey always has mustard stains on everything. And that really cracked me up. Okay, let me see. Semantics feels peaceful too. That your picture makes me not feel peaceful. That is hilarious. What is happening? Is that your cat? I love that. Let's see. Kim, keep it moving feels cool. You look cool too, so that tracks. Feeling a little off. Oh, well, off is not one of your choices in the sea creatures anymore. But hopefully we can get you settled. Jessica Walsh, you are magical. Thank you for being here. Oh no. These names really okay. Amicus Curie. Is that even close? Said today, I'm a seal on my couch. I feel sick. I'm so sorry, and I hope you feel better soon. There is something that's been going around. I had like that cough and runny nose for like 2 weeks. And then one day you just wake up and you're like expecting to cough, and then it just doesn't happen. And it's such a good feeling. And you almost don't notice that you're finally healthy again. Cusco Wright said, wishing a happy, peaceful new year to us all. I agree. I can't believe it's 2026. Does anybody else have the feeling when you're like saying a date and you're like, January 4th, 1990? Nope, not even close anymore. Trial Channel is a powerful shark. If anybody didn't already see Lawyer You Know, shout out Trial Channel today. It wasn't just like a little shout out either, like, oh, like thanks to Trial Channel for putting this together. That was like a full like 4-minute like link is in the profile, like everybody go subscribe, like the most well-deserved shout out ever. And I loved that for you so much. Peg like Cooter feels silly. I love that. You are silly. Emer42 said they feel thankful and productive. I like that. And bummer that those are not sea creatures. Maybe there will be. Damn it, you guys. See, now I need like a grateful and a thankful and productive. Yeah, Tupperella said anxious. Those Sunday scaries going back to school and work tomorrow are no joke. I hope that getting back into the swing of things feels like at least like a little bit calming to like be back into a routine. Like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes on vacation, I'm like, okay, I need somebody to tell me like what time to wake up and like what I'm supposed to do. Melanie Lewis said, happy I saw my granddaughter take first steps by herself. That is truly magical. Like, what a cool, oh, I love that. Also, I love the way you worded that. I don't know if it's that your granddaughter had already taken like her first steps, but then you saw them for the first time. I feel like that's so important because like just the first is not what's important. It's like you seeing it for the first time is what's most important. I feel like sometimes people think like, oh, I missed the first ones. Like you get your first one when you see it. That's the first one for you. Irish poor face Mima said overwhelmed. Oh no. Well, I always feel overwhelmed. Like my baseline, I feel like it's overwhelmed. So I understand. You guys are seriously the best. Mitchell Samuel said they're stuck in 1976. How's it going in 1976? Because I feel like maybe if we did some like butterfly effect, something, if you like touch something that you're not supposed to or something, maybe you'll change the future. And then 2026 will be our best year yet. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. You guys are the best. See, this is why I wanted to do this. I really feel very happy getting to be here with you all. Mr. C and Carter are watching football. Oh, Buzzy Cat said you're doing my coloring pages. I love that. Okay. You guys, all these granddaughters are just crushing it today. Francine Islep. Is that right? Francine Isleb. Is Leb a thing or is Isleb? Anyways, said that their granddaughter said their first words today, Dada, I'm melting. That is so, so exciting. Oh, I love all of this. Oh. US Lily said, peaceful, powerful, happy, and surprised that which made me excited. Yeah. Oh. Good Citizen Weymouth. I like that name. You are a good citizen, Weymouth. I was 2 in 1976. Same thing, Nefarious Shenanigans, is stuck in 1998. Same commandment to you. If you can like touch something you're not supposed to and like change some things in the future, do some butterfly effect, that would be lovely. I feel like there's some things maybe we got wrong in the past, and you guys have the power to fix them. Okay, wait. Oh, I just saw Isleb husband's German. So that's the name. It's not like you are Leb. That reminds me, there was the old commercials for isoldmyhouse.com, and my mom used to say, "Is old my house? Is old my house?" I was like, "No, Mom, I sold my house." Okay. You guys, I'm just happy to be here. Okay. I wanted, so okay, the the idea of this started, Real Queen of Mean said they're tired and might doze off while I'm on, don't be offended. I fall asleep all the time listening to people on YouTube. And then do you have like kind of weird dreams where you're like kind of half asleep? Like I fell asleep last night listening to Aiden's show and then like woke up, like listened a little, fell back to sleep. It gives you some really weird thoughts. And yes, so thank you for getting me on track. Key said 3 weeks, what a great sponsor you are. First of all, I don't want to take any credit for anything that Turtle Boy has been doing, because this is like all his initiative, and I just kind of hopped on to be like, okay, keep it up. But for those of you who don't know, which I'm sure you all do, but Aiden has been on a drama-free journey, and I've been his sponsor and trying to keep him out of drama. And that is what I initially wanted to come on here and talk about today. It was just to clarify some misconceptions that I've seen on Twitter about what drama is and what drama isn't. And I wanted to do that just to kind of like clarify what the goal is. And I do think that this will hopefully like make things make a little more sense for people that might be like upset about me not like classifying certain things as drama, or who are still kind of like nitpicking and wanting to find drama in things that I don't personally see as drama. So this is where my qualifications for doing this come from. I was a kindergarten teacher for 15 years. And as part of my role as a kindergarten teacher, we had 2 recesses every day, and the morning recess was supervised by the teachers. So I spent 30 minutes every day for 15 years outside on the playground with 60 kindergartners, 15 of them who were from my class, and then 45 of them who were from other classes, all mixed together on the playground, getting to know each other. And I think a lot of the like we're all humans, and when you're 5 years old and when you're 45 years old, we're all kind of the same in the core of it all. And so I wanted to talk to you about kindergarten recess and how that relates to Twitter and drama. So when this is really funny. AstroStuff.com said talk about nightmare fuel. It actually was very entertaining. You just kind of had to like laugh at it all. But so this is how every school year kind of went. The school year would start in August, and we would take this is my resume, Kate. I just want to make sure that people know that I'm qualified to talk about this. So the school year would start in August, and the very first day of school, we would take all the kindergartners, all 60 kindergartners, half of them had never been in school before or anything, outside to the playground. And we would tell them the like basic rules. You don't want to like talk for too long at 60 children who are itching to go play. So we would take them out and we would say, like, these are the rules. What did we always said, you need to go down the slide, which always kind of drove me a little crazy. Like, I wasn't a stickler about the up the slide, down the slide thing, but that was the rule. So I followed it. So the kids had to go down the slide, no going up the slide, and keep your hands to yourself and be nice. And the funniest thing about the first few days of kindergarten recess is that it was not at all what you are picturing in your minds right now, because I bet you're picturing like chaos and kids like running around going like bananas, screaming, playing, yelling. No. The first few weeks of kindergarten recess were so awkward. We'd be like, okay, everybody go play. And then they would all just kind of stand there and like look around. And then like a few kids would kind of go running off, but they weren't really friends yet. And they didn't have these like social dynamics yet. They didn't really know who to hang out with. They didn't know who to play with. And that time is very peaceful. Like almost awkwardly peaceful, where you're like waiting for the other shoe to drop and you're like, why are we all so calm? But that time period, relating this to Twitter, reminds me of the kind of like beginning trial, like we're all here together, we're all on the same page fighting for justice for John O'Keefe and to free Karen Read. And there wasn't a lot else to focus on at that time than just like learning the lay of the land, learning all the facts about like why Karen was innocent. And the only kind of like enemy at that time was anybody saying anything different than these facts that you were learning and accumulating. And so there wasn't really like any divides within like the movement. And then in kindergarten, back over to kindergarten, as kids got to know each other more and there were like friendships emerging, something that was, this is what I'm going to address. I'm Mitzi Lucius. I'm so glad you said this. We're going to get to this. And I've heard this from people like Mitzi Lucius, who I like respect your opinion a lot, said, I may be wrong, but having a hard time understanding Aiden being labeled as drama-free as his posse is doing drama for him. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Is my perspective wrong? Hold on to that thought. We are going to get there. And I'm really, really glad that you said that. So when, okay, so back to kindergarten, the like social dynamics kind of start to emerge, and every year there was like a different kind of like cool group in charge, and depending on their kind of vibe, that dictated all of like the plan of attack for like how recess was going to go for the rest of the year. So like one year I had a group of very dramatic girls who played like not like how kids play on the playground. Like it was very like they would pretend they were making TikTok videos and they would like boss each other around, and they were kind of like the leaders of the playground. And there was a lot of drama that year. And we're going to get to what I mean when I say drama in a second. Another year, there was a group of like very cool boys who played very like active play. Like they ran around, they would make games where it was like tag, and it was like this person's it, and there were clear rules. And that year, the like drama would be more like if somebody got hurt, but it was not, there was not a lot of like dramatic things going on. So here's what I mean when I say drama. To me, drama is not, okay, here's first what drama is not. Drama is not just somebody like being mean. So sometimes, like in that example with the dramatic girls, they would come over and say like, Chelsea is being mean, she won't let me play. That wasn't drama. That was just being mean. And that was something that I could address with the two people that were involved, hear the situation. Okay, you were just being a little mean. Okay, what do you want to play? Is there space for her to play with you? Great, go play. There are a lot of times on Twitter that I see people just being mean. And that's something else. Like, we can talk about kindness another day and like what being kind looks like and sounds like and feels like. But that isn't drama. To me, drama is mobilizing like a group of people to do things. So, for example, in that group of mean girls, well, they weren't mean, they were 5, but group of, what do I want to call them? Opinionated girls. They, as the school year went on, like had a hierarchy that they had decided on, and they would say like don't let so and so come over here, don't let so and so play, don't. And when it mobilized a group of people to be saying certain things that were mean, that rose to the level to me of drama. So when I say that what I've seen from Aiden in the past 3 weeks is not drama, what I mean is there was a time, we all know, like a month ago, and for a while before that, where a lot of the messaging from him came with the kind of undertone of like, and you go tell them what you think about this, and you go get in their comments, you go get in their DMs, you go explain why I think this thing, and now I want you to think this thing too, and like the masses go out and do that. And I think that has its benefits in this movement. Like, I think there are ways to mobilize a big group of people like this into doing something really good, like standing up to the Massachusetts State Police, which hopefully we'll get to today. But when I see something like the spaces that happened the other night, and for Aiden to hear people saying like really, really negative things about him over and over from like his enemies, but things that he would want to correct the record on, things that he would want to stand up for himself about, and to not be kind of like telling the masses to go do that, that is where I see a change and a difference. Back to Mitzi Lucius's point, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not like getting orders from him. I do think that there's like this misconception that like anybody who's like on YouTube or something is like getting marching orders. If they are, I've never gotten marching orders. But I think that what I see now is somebody who's focused more on the bigger picture and like the reason why we're here and the reason why we're doing this. I just saw Sarah Be Creative also said he's literally facing federal time for having T-Rex arms in a window. And like, that's where my focus through all of this is that the people who are in power, who have like real power over us, not like internet power, but like guns and badges and the power to incarcerate somebody for doing T-Rex arms in a window, those are the people who are truly being dramatic. Those are the people who are mobilizing like the power that they have for evil. And I think that the less time that all of us kind of spend nitpicking like one tweet or like nitpicking past decisions and spend more time kind of focusing on like we still do have a common enemy. I think that's where I come down, is like this idea that at the very beginning of this like Free Karen Read movement, we all kind of had this common goal of freeing Karen Read, and then Karen was freed, and it kind of felt like everybody was like waiting for it felt like at the end of like prom when the lights go on and everybody's like, where's the after party? And everyone was just like standing around, and then kind of started to be like, no, the after party's here, the after party's there. I think like the after party is that the people that framed Karen Read have faced 0 consequences, and the people who have been exposed and even like kind of punished, like lost vacation time or whatever, rehomed, the police officers that should have been able to have been counted on to prosecute this effectively, they have gotten away with not doing any of this. And that to me is kind of where we need to like refocus our need for excitement and drama and the thrill of it all. I'm curious what you guys think about that, or if you have any questions about that. And I think like maybe we need another word for like what drama is or something, but it's mostly just about like all of us collectively staying focused on like what is the end goal. Like for me, oh, hello, Zach. Are you back for real, Zach? Because that's so lovely. Prince of Wales sent $1.99 and said, I'm back. Happy New Year to my sweet little friend. I'm still laughing about you saying that Bev loved her long weekend, so she was quite literally a see you next Tuesday. That was one of the funniest comments I've seen on YouTube in my time here. But I think if we all kind of like come up with like truly like a list, like what is the goal? Like for me, number one, the goal is for Aiden's bogus charges to be dropped, like not go to trial at all, except like, I mean, I want to make this very clear. I don't want him to need to ever go to trial. I don't want him to have to continue paying his lawyers. I don't want these bogus witness intimidation charges to stick. However, if they're going to have to, I do like the idea of seeing Bradel and Betterow cross-examining all of these witnesses. But for me, let's just start with them. These are in no particular order, but number one is that the witness intimidation charges that Aiden is facing, in 2026, I want those dropped, gone, the end. Number two, I want all of us to continue the advocacy and support of Karen Read as she faces the civil lawsuits that she is facing. And I want that, number one, because Karen did not hit John. John was not hit by a car. And it's ridiculous to think that she's still needing to defend that. And also number two, again, just like with Aiden's, it gives us the chance to learn a lot more information from the depositions in the civil trial that we have been craving and wanting to hear. And I, for one, am very excited about what we're going to find out in those. So you guys know, like I have no legal background. I don't know anything about the law. But everything that I've heard about people talking about depositions, I'm like, oh, it's just like truth serum. And like, we're all going to just like get to the bottom of this. And like Alan Jackson can just sit in a room with Yuri Buchanan for 7 hours straight and just like bully him into answering any questions that he has and won't stop until he gets the answers. And when they make some ridiculous lie, like if Jen McCabe's like, oh yeah, well, I'm not sure if I saw the SUV move up at 12:40, then you can be like, well, you said you did, so explain yourself. I love that idea. I wish we could watch the depositions. I love for Alan Jackson that he's going to get the chance to do this. I feel like he's been like dreaming about this. So that's number one. Number two. Number three, we need reform in the leadership in Massachusetts and probably elsewhere, to be perfectly honest. Like, I hear a lot of people say like, oh, I would never go to Massachusetts or whatever. Like, I have a feeling that there's a spotlight on Massachusetts right now, and Norfolk County is particularly stupidly corrupt. But I can't imagine this is the only place that this is going on. And when I think about like small town police departments where everybody knows everybody, like, I can't imagine that this is the only place that that this is happening. And I think that the more that we see that this type of corruption is possible, and the more that we make public the idea that this type of corruption is possible, the more people who have not been following the case like believe it, and I think this is not the time to. What Yuri Buchanan wants is for all of us to stop. I mean, like, Michael Morrissey literally said, like, it needs to stop. Like, that was so desperate. Like, that was like embarrassingly desperate. Like, are you kidding me? Like, oh, it needs to stop. Like, okay, well, why don't you stop it by doing what you're supposed to do in your office? And I bring up the thing about like there being other departments that probably have similar situations going on, because we're so much like deeper right now into the corruption, exposing the corruption in Norfolk County than in any of these other places. And it took this long to kind of like push past the idea that like, oh, Proctor was just like the one bad apple, and we've like done the work to get this far, that now like good is being looked at, and that they have Proctor's phone records going back 13 years. And to give up now, and for us to like fracture as a movement now, and like, I know people hate the word movement. I kind of love the word movement. Like, I love the idea that like we're in this like movement together, and we are like moving, like we're like moving forward, making change. I feel like for this group to fracture now and to like disband because people are mad about like YouTube creators or T-Rex arms or whatever, it's like at a certain point, I feel like you all have come too far to just go this far. And for some of us, like, that might mean just like not overlooking things that you're not happy about. Like, be, voice your opinion and be upset about things that you're upset about. Like, feel your feelings, but recognize also that like each one of us really does play a part in keeping this movement going and making these bigger changes that need to be made, and keeping eyes on the corruption that we've seen and getting to the bottom of it. I always forget how to say his last name. Adam Deitch. Can somebody phonetically spell it for me in the comments so that I say it correctly from now on? Because to me, he seems like the answer. And like, I hope that I'm not wrong about that. I love this. Jessica Walsh said, everyone's voice is important. It scares them. And that's how we know it's working. Like, could not have said it better myself. That is exactly right. Can somebody tell me how to say Deitch? To me, he seems like the answer. He from what I understand, was somebody that was like on the inside of the investigation. He saw more than what we've seen. He seems like he had his mind made up. Is that Deitch? Deitch? I'm going with Deitch. Deitch. Can you burn it into my brain so I don't mess this up again? Adam Deitch. Deitch. He's seen way more than we've seen, and he seems very passionate from the sounds of it, that it's not Deitch. Deitch? Oh, come on. You guys. Dutch. I'm just going to call him Adam. Deitch? Deitch? Can't spell it phonetically. Deitch. I don't know which one that is. Teach, like teacher, teach. You guys are saying both. Wait. Deitch. This is really funny. Okay, perfect. He said Adam D is the guy for me. Perfect. AD, great. AD for DA. Amazing. I want a yard sign also. If I commented on his Twitter post and didn't get a response, I think that man needs to make yard signs ASAP. And if he could phonetically show how to spell his name on his yard signs, that would be fantastic. Caroline nailed it. She said, yes, for him to move himself and family to Norfolk County so he can run, he understands what has happened with the corruption. He seems to truly want change, and all his ADs have the Karen Read case, all his ads. You guys. Okay. I can't be like losing it already. It's not, I haven't been on here for long enough. All his ads have the Karen Read case somewhere in it. Yes. And like, I feel like there is a candidate, not him, that I would have seen Karen Read's name like sprinkled into their ads and just thought, oh, you're trying to like capitalize on the notoriety of the case or whatever. Like, he does not feel like that. To me, every one of his ads that has a Karen Read headline in it feels very, actually, let me pull that up. Because it feels very intentional, and it feels very like he knows what he's doing. It's sending a message, like not just to us, but to the people who are in charge right now, basically saying like, watch out. Okay, like look at this. Hold on. Save image. Okay, wait. Sarah B. Creative said, Deitch, phonetic spelling, Deitch, rhymes with peach and beach. Okay, we're going with Deitch. If it's wrong, we'll all be wrong together. It's the best way to be wrong, right? Okay. Whoa. Oh no, too much me. Okay. So this comes from a Twitter post that he made on December 31st that says, looking back on 2025, one headline is clear. People are ready for change in Norfolk County. 6 weeks in and we are thrilled, blah, blah, blah. Okay. One headline is clear. People are ready for change. And then the front and center headline is, he investigated the Norfolk County DA's investigation into Karen Read. Now he wants to run for office. Just think about that for a second. Then behind that, former prosecutor who reviewed state's handling of Karen Read case enters Norfolk County DA race. This is from a post where he said, people are ready for change. Federal prosecutor Adam Deach declares something Norfolk County District Attorney. Federal prosecutor who investigated Karen Reed case jumps into Norfolk County DA race. And then this one back here, it's clear there's a problem. Okay, that's what I should do. I should just pull up his ad. Hold on. Let's just watch. Oh, also, like, he's adorable. Hold on. Okay. Share screen. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, hold on.
Hey everyone, as 2025 draws to a close, I'm
you say your
so
name?
excited about the momentum we've built in just 6 weeks. If you haven't already, please consider donating before tomorrow's huge end-of-year fundraising deadline. Thanks so much regardless, and Happy New Year. Hey everyone.
Hey, what's your name? Okay.
To live in a community where we feel safe. Everyone deserves to live in a community where we feel safe, where we have trust in our leaders to serve with competence, integrity, and professionalism. My name is Adam Deitch. I grew up in a community with safe streets, good policing, with competence, integrity, and professionalism. My name is Adam Deitch. I grew up in a community with safe streets, good policing, and faith that those in power were honest, hardworking public servants. Until 10 days ago, I served as a federal prosecutor in Boston. I took on cases throughout Massachusetts: bank robberies, gun and drug cases, child exploitation, cyber stalking, and all kinds of fraud. But what I've spent most of my time doing is trying to root out public corruption in our state, including and especially right here in Norfolk County. I left my job in the U.S. Attorney's Office because when I see a problem, I want to solve it. Over the course of my career, I've learned that the overwhelming majority of police officers and prosecutors work hard and do the right thing. I've also been proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with members of law enforcement who work tirelessly to keep our streets safe. But I also know there can be grave consequences when they don't. I've seen firsthand what happens when police...
Like, just keep in mind, every single, like, these run through focus groups, these run through, everything is very intentional. Watch that part again. I also know what happens when we don't keep our streets safe.
Keep our streets safe. But I also know there can be grave consequences when they don't. I've seen firsthand...
Oh, you've seen firsthand, so you're watching Canton Confidential, the Karen Reed.
And what happens when police and prosecutors take shortcuts, rush to judgment, and then stubbornly won't consider other possibilities.
Stubbornly won't consider other possibilities. Like, think about, like, that is the strongest message that he can be saying without naming names.
That's what's been happening in Norfolk County for far too long. That's why I'm running for Norfolk County District Attorney as a prosecutor, not a politician. Norfolk County deserves...
As a prosecutor, as in, I want to prosecute these people.
Leaders we can be proud of, who serve with honesty, transparency, and accountability. This campaign is about more than electing a new district attorney. It's about building a culture of accountability and integrity where professional police work protects victims, not insiders, and where we follow the evidence no matter where it leads or who it implicates. That's the standard I've lived by prosecuting corruption throughout Massachusetts, and that's exactly what I'll do as the next Norfolk County DA. Together, let's build a district attorney's office we can be proud of.
Right? Okay. And first of all, I just need to say this. Sarah B. Creative said, it's fine, I like being wrong. That is the right attitude, because there's nothing wrong with ever being wrong. That is like something I've maintained forever in my classroom, that I maintain in my life. Like, I think it's really silly when people get upset with somebody else for being wrong. We're all just learning together here. And okay, I'm just saying, said he wanted so badly to say grave concerns, right? Like, we all could, these are, I feel like he did some little like dog whistles to us, or whatever the word is, like some little like secret messaging. Julia said, I love him already. Like, right? And he just seems like, he almost seems like he didn't want to be, like he was like waiting, like he was hoping that somebody else with his same agenda was going to do this instead. And then he waited and he waited and he was like, okay, people, like this is an election on a silver platter for one of you politicians that wants to get in and do this. And then it never happened. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I have to do it myself. And he's adorable, right? Dr. Jen Toxic said he's a cutie pie. I agree. Hi, Jimmy. Grave concern, sure. But I have grave concerns for me. Is he? We're not speculating about people's sexuality, but he's just adorable. And hi, Jimmy, I love you. Yeah, so to kind of close the loop on this, my point is there is enough drama in the legal system. There is enough drama in the political system. And especially if you're somebody who's local, like it is very rare that we have this amount of attention on a local problem. Like we have people from Australia still like fully invested in the district attorney race in Norfolk County. Like that doesn't happen. And when we waste that talking about like, you said this in June and you said this in July and watch this clip where you said that. And I don't just mean that about Aiden. I mean that like literally about anybody. Like I had people coming for me about like things I had like posted or said. And it's like, okay, well, that's not what I'm focused on right now. Like what I'm focused on right now is learning more about how I can support Adam Deitch. And what I'm focused on right now is making sure that I don't miss a Betero filing, a Betero, whatever that was called, a SIR reply, or that I don't miss details coming out in Karen's civil case that might give us answers to questions that we still have. And, oh, Nicole, you're the best. And so I would just encourage people that when you find yourself kind of like craving that like thrill that drama gives you, to like look at the system, like do a quick Google search, like what's Brian Tully up to today? Like what's going on Michael Morrissey's agenda? Is there a parade that he's walking in? Because those are the people that deserve our like full attention and all eyes tracking all of their actions and the corruption that comes along with pretty much everything that they're doing. Arca's Chicken Gun said Tully is watching you, and that really truly terrifies me. So I hope not. I wanted to get to the Yuri Buchanan section of Betero's SIR reply. So I'm going to pull that up. I'm going to give you guys a little commercial break while I do that. I really liked doing my little commercials the other day because I feel like it just gives me like 1 second to chug my Celsius and breathe and then come back to you guys. Energized. For the Commonwealth. Good afternoon. Timothy Bradle for the defendant, I bet. Hi, Mr. Connie. Wait, where's my Mr. Betero? Okay, sir. We have an agenda to go through that we've been waiting for a year. I left my notes in the lobby. Well, very clearly, the Commonwealth is not compelled by motions to compel because... Wait, let me see my notes. I wrote here you want to actually be able to open the documents on your computer. You want to... all the documents on secret government agent Krusty Panties. What else? I don't know if you have a sock account on X, but it's been all over the media. Last time they gave us 5,000 pages and 4,000 of them were blank. Now they want us to give back the thumb drive that it was on. The last time we gave something back, we never saw it again. Okay, let me hear from Mr. Cosgrove on that. About what? Oh, the video of the rolling rally? I keep inviting Mr. Bradel over to see it on my computer, but he never wants to. When are you gonna have a play date with Mr. Cosgrove? But that's not even what I was talking about. I was talking about the Google Drive. Mr. Bradel, be a nice friend. Okay, if I have to. Yes. That's better. Now tell me about secret government agent Krusty Panties. Catherine Peter and the defendant had a falling out, and from time to time they exchanged negative posts about each other, and Brian Tully was very excited about this. In the principal's office, Mr. Cosgrove. Mr. Bradel's not going to want to have a play date if you keep being a tattletale. Like, that was, what date did I say that was in? August. This all should have been dismissed in August. This should have been dismissed before that. And we're still here. And that's what I mean by this needs to stop. Okay, hold on. I want to get to the part about Yuri Buchanan. Okay. I'm not going to read everything to you. I'm going to save that and let Melanie do that. And obviously she can explain this all better. But we're just going to talk with the lens about drama. What? Stop sharing. Start sharing. Just share. Oh, maybe our next commercial break can be my Morrissey video. Oh, maybe we'll just watch that now because let's watch Morrissey. Hold on. Do. You guys, are you proud of me that I'm not having a panic attack right now because I can't find it? Because I actually am, but do I seem like I am? Where is it? Oh, man. Well, I can't do anything right now, apparently. We'll get back to that. Cool as a cucumber. That's what my dad used to say when I would pretend that I had a fever, and he would say, nope, you're cool as a cucumber. And I was like, damn. Okay, well, then let's do this. This one's going to work. Why does it keep saying I need to remove other? Never mind. I figured it out. You guys, I did it. Okay. So this is in Bederow and Bradel's reply to the in support of the motion to disqualify Robert Cosgrove. So basically, they wrote a motion to disqualify Robert Cosgrove. He responded to it like the night before their last hearing. And then what I've learned about the court system so far in following these things is that they basically just see every court date as like a scheduling, like a meeting scheduling time and not actually like ruling on anything. So then they got there and they were like, let's talk about this on January 23rd. And then they kicked the can down the road, and now they had more time to write this reply. So in it, they said, the MSP Norfolk State Police Detectives Unit did not recuse itself, even though it labored under the same conflict as the DA, given Mr. Carney's accusations that Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully, former Trooper Michael Proctor, and Sergeant Yuri Buchanan were corrupt in the Reed case. Let's see the last two times that we already told you about this in September 2025 and October 2025. The full breadth of the Norfolk the bad guys, the SPDU, that doesn't roll off the tongue. Investigative bias against Mr. Carney has been bolstered by the Commonwealth's latest disclosure and recent social media posts made by Sergeant Buchanan. On January 28th, 2025, in response, so this is about their text message, we're going to go ahead to this part. Sergeant Buchanan shattered any facade of impartiality in his investigations of Mr. Carney and Miss Reed by professing enthusiastic support for Jennifer and Matthew McCabe and the Alberts, and by revealing his overt bias against and disdain for Mr. Carney and Miss Reed, Exhibit B. Okay, this is drama because, and the reason why it's drama, Yuri Buchanan could have sent an email to close friends and family who never would have tattletaled on him, where he just said, hey, everyone, I need your support, the same way that like my dad sends out emails every year when he does the Pan Mass and asks people for support to raise money for Dana-Farber. That's not what he did. He went on to social media, which he admits that he posts on infrequently, and said this on November 24th, 2025. As I post infrequently, when I do, it is usually noteworthy. The struggle, the conflict is straightforward. It is a contest between decency, justice, and order versus evil, chaos, and lunacy. So, regardless of your own views about Aiden or Karen or me or Mazza or Mike Crawford or anybody, we are all lumped together, whether we like it or not, whether you like it or not. The Massachusetts State Police don't care if you're upset about like Mike Crawford saying something about Mazza, because we are all still on the same team in their eyes. And in their eyes, we are evil, chaos, and lunacy. And then the good people, the decency, justice, and order side, he says they need your support. Every donation, regardless of amount. So we can all pretend that there's fractions and sides within our side, but the people who are in power, who have the power over all of us, they don't see that. And they think that we're chaotic and evil. Okay. Then Yuri said, that's a screenshot from the same one, I'm just going to leave this here. Take a look and decide for yourself. With a link, if you're not looking, to the Testify defendingthetruth.org campaign. Awesome. And Dodger Girl just said, isn't he going to get some of this money? As far as I can tell from, and maybe we can look through this in a second, as far as I can tell, they aren't even entirely clear on where the money is going. Like, it says that it's going to fund, let's pull that up actually, Defending the Truth.org. Okay, share this tab instead. Testify. Join the witnesses from the Karen Reed trial. Like, I know I haven't followed a lot of cases. This to me feels weird, regardless of, even if they, I'm trying to think of like something like the Casey Anthony trial, where everybody was like pretty sure that she was guilty, but she was found innocent. You still didn't see people coming out afterwards and like advocating for themselves. Like, everything about this just feels so weird. And if Yuri Buchanan really did think that Karen was guilty and he did not participate in the cover-up, which he did, It would also be embarrassing because it would be him admitting that he did such a terrible investigation that they couldn't prosecute the person that he thought was guilty. The whole thing just feels so odd. But okay, so join the witnesses. Over the past few years, many have asked how they can support witnesses in the John O'Keefe case who continue to be relentlessly harassed and defamed. Now is the time. Let's click to read more. It says financial support is needed. Wait, share this tab and say. Financial support is needed to defend the truth. Any contribution, large or small, will help the families to secure the legal resources necessary to confront these injustices and hold offenders accountable. So it's just paying for their lawyers. They also had on here somewhere that they, oh, I just got a bubble in my throat. Hold on. There was a part on here at one point that said, like, any money left over will go to, like, supporting other witnesses. Hold on. Share this tab and said, our mission, to protect and empower witnesses and victims of crime who face retaliation, harassment, or defamation for fulfilling their civic duty. We ensure vulnerable people are not alone when they stand up for what's right. Like, well, number one, that we already have laws for that. Our vision. At this time, we are not currently a foundation or charitable organization. Though as we continue this work, our long-term goal is to establish a foundation dedicated to rebuilding faith in justice and supporting the people. Oh, here we go. Supporting the people who work every day to keep the system honest. Could that be Yuri? This mission will guide the creation of that foundation and will remain at the heart of everything we do. Thought they were just caricatures. Here's how you can help. You can donate today, no thank you. You can share this campaign, no thank you. Or you can stand up for truth. I will do that. I will continue to stand up for the truth. Unfortunately, for you guys, I don't think your truth is the truth. So there's that. Okay. Also, they have a lot of explanations on here. So now this one. The Alberts, McCabe's, and Higgins families. You guys, also, I kind of love that for Higgins because all he really wanted was the real deal. Like, he wanted to be the Higgins family so badly, and he just never got there. But now he's part of the Alberts, McCabe's, and Higgins families. Are asking for support in fighting against the ongoing personal and professional attacks endured since April 2023. These attacks are part of a coordinated and targeted effort to shift blame and spread misinformation about the tragic death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Well, no. These attacks, as you call them, are meant to shift blame. Yes, I agree that the blame was on the wrong person because Karen didn't do it. And yes, we did try to shift the blame to the people who did do it. And I think the only misinformation was started in like a group text about like, tell him the guy never went in the house. And that led to a whole lot of lies that really didn't hold up in court. And now I would like to get to the truth. Through 2 criminal trials, false narratives have been weaponized, and similar tactics are being deployed in the O'Keefe civil trial. to deflect responsibility and obstruct justice for John. No. How about this? Believing in the integrity of the justice system. Yeah, that's what I want too. I want to believe in the integrity of the justice system. I don't, because Taillight appeared from January 29th, 2022 to February 18th, 2022 on a yard where there was no collision. But okay. They provided statements to multiple law enforcement agencies and without wavering testified before grand juries and during 2 trials. They looked like they were wavering a lot, in my opinion, when they were on the stand. And a whole bunch of you didn't testify in the second trial. So I don't know this during 2 trials thing. You guys kind of threw Jen under the bus for that one. She took one for the team. It didn't go over so well. Unfortunately, the steadfast faith in the justice system was deeply misplaced. Yeah, by me, by us, by people who expected that if a police officer was found dead on a front lawn, that the justice system would, I don't know, search the house. And like, now they're blaming like a federal investigation driven by selective and misleading information. Like, no, the FBI isn't like at our like disposal where we're like, hey, I have a theory. Like, can you guys go check this out? Like, we don't, nobody's in charge of the FBI except the FBI. But you know who does know about all those details? Adam Deitch. Throughout this ordeal, these families have faced and continue to face tremendous hardship resulting from public harassment, defamation, threats, and personal attacks. Many who have courageously stood up have also been targeted, while others have remained silent out of fear of personal or professional retaliation. I don't know, didn't some of them like call people's jobs? Didn't like Elizabeth Proctor call people's places of employment? For an extended period, these families refrained from speaking publicly out of respect for the judicial process. Oh, is that what your interview with Matt Gutman was about? However, this silence offered no protection. I don't know. I feel like you guys could have just gone away and people would have left you alone. Silence is no longer an option. It is time to stand up. Okay. Well, so that's who Yuri Buchanan is simping for. Did I use that new word correctly? Simping? So the first post that Yuri made was on November 24th, and he's so infrequent that he posts that the very next day, November 25th, he says, "Truth is bold and doesn't hide. Truth will always prevail." American flag emoji, strong arm emoji. Okay. November 26th, from somebody who very rarely posts. Give thanks this week. Give thanks this week and always for everything you have and everything that's yet to come. We all go through difficult times, but with perseverance, love, and support, you too will come out the other side that much stronger for having faced lies and adversity head on and not backed down. That's a lovely message. If it didn't also come with a link to the Give, Send, Go for defending the truth. That one's not even a link to the website. It's just directly to the Give, Send, Go. He's like, let's skip over all the fluff this time. Just give us the money. November 27th. From somebody who rarely posts. These are a whole lot of posts. From the bottom of my heart, I want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. All of you who supported my family, coworkers, and I over the last few years. Genuine sincerity. That's in parentheses. Genuine sincerity. but also all of you who showed your true colors and low level of intelligence, believing stupid conspiracy theories for your own entertainment while helping ruin innocent people's lives, and did it so proudly too. Thank you. And then in parentheses, sarcasm. I'm sorry, what? And this is what I mean, you guys. We are just all lumped in together. Whether you like it or not, we are all in the same boat of our true colors and low level of intelligence believing stupid conspiracy theories for our own entertainment. I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm actually not entertained by any of this. I would love to not be entertained by this anymore at all. I would have liked you to have investigated this case properly at the beginning, and then I wouldn't be waking up in the middle of the night being like, but why would Carrie say there was grass under John? That shouldn't be in my mind at 3 o'clock in the morning. You should have asked her that when you interviewed her. And then I wouldn't have to be losing sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning about what would compel Carrie to say there was grass under John. Okay, Yuri Buchanan, November 28th. I'm typically not into this stuff, but this is the best deal in Black Friday history. I'm posting the link below. Whatever you donate, the website will give you credit for the same exact amount. This is just spectacular. Happy donating, everyone. Now, I want everybody to think if you bought something on Black Friday, like, we got Carter something good on Black Friday. Oh, we got Carter a little like toy, like a car that he can drive around in the backyard with. And it was like normally like $200 and we got it for like $110 or something. That was a good deal. That was actually like a very good deal. We saved almost $100 and we got something in return, a fun car for Carter to drive around in. However, Yuri says that this is the best deal in Black Friday history. You can give money to people who got away with murder and get absolutely nothing in return. Cool. November 29th. Every donation, not matter the amount. Maybe somebody called him out that he was supposed to not know English very well, so he made a mistake on purpose. Every donation, not matter the amount, makes a huge difference. Your generosity matters, and the ones in need greatly appreciate your support. I personally thank you on their behalf. Now, that phrase, I personally thank you on their behalf. There's not a lot. I'm trying to think of anybody that I feel like I could like respond on their behalf. Like even my closest friends or family, I wouldn't feel comfortable saying I am saying this on so-and-so's behalf unless I had spoken to them, unless I had gone to them and said, hey, are you cool if I say this? Are you cool if I say that? Awesome. Okay, great. And that is exactly what Jess Dawson just said. He is speaking for them, meaning he is speaking to them and then speaking for them. But he's unbiased, sure. Okay. Also, lest we forget, Karen Read was found not guilty, which means nobody has ever been held accountable for John O'Keefe's murder, which means it's cold case, right? Yeah, that's how cold cases work. When there's not somebody that was prosecuted and found guilty, then it's still open. So technically, shouldn't you still be investigating? Because Go Right said, this is so bad. Yuri might end up losing a few more vacation days. Yeah. They really come down hard on those Mass State Police for all their problems. Okay. And then his last one, December 2nd, then he went back into hiding. And like, he knows how social media works. He knows that these are going to be screenshotted and made public. He didn't care. This wasn't a one-off, like, whoopsies, I like got carried away and posted. He posted for an entire 10 days straight. It's Giving Tuesday. What better way to make a difference in this world? Like, truly think about that. What better way to make a difference in this world? Now, this part I could agree with without the link to Testify. What better way to make a difference in this world than to support the fight for justice and fairness during these uncertain times? I agree, 100%. There are probably still better ways to make a difference in the world, but one great way that you could make a difference in this world is to support the fight for justice and fairness. Unfortunately, you then included a link to defendingthetruth.org to raise money for, at the very least, it's a nice way to say, allegedly liars and allegedly murderers. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's better ways to make a difference in the world. But who am I? Also, like, can we zoom in on his picture? Like, for real, dude? Hold on. Why can't I scroll side up? Like, he is a decorated dude. He told us this whole thing about how he like went with Air Force One and blah, 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 blah. Like, you have stooped that, like, outside of it, even if I was on your side, this is a little embarrassing. Like, you went from protecting the president on Air Force One to convincing your social media followers that there's no better way to make a difference in this world than raising money for witnesses in a case that I, in his mind, got wrong or didn't investigate well enough to get a conviction. It's embarrassing. Back to Betero's words, and also I know the Patriots are on soon, and you guys are probably going to want to go watch, so I won't hold you hostage for too much longer. Unless you just want to hang out forever, and I will do that too. Okay. So this is how Betero puts it so eloquently. Leveraging his status as a supervising detective in the cases against Mr. Carney and Miss Reed, Sergeant Buchanan actively solicited money for witnesses against Mr. Carney and Miss Reed and his co-defendants in a lawsuit filed by Miss Reed. It's embarrassing. At least 7 times from November 25th to December 2nd, 2025, even referencing Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Giving Tuesday as perfect days for happy donating, everyone. In one post, Sergeant Buchanan included a fundraising link and issued a call to arms seeking financial support for the good, in parentheses, the McCabe's and Alberts. Oh, no Higgins family that time. In their fight against evil, Mr. Carney and Miss Reed. And then he quotes the "as I post infrequently." Okay. The footnote says, in addition to participating in the investigations of Mr. Carney and Miss Reed, Sergeant Buchanan testified that he was intimidated by Mr. Carney, lobbing questions at him as he left court one day. An indictment related to this incident was dismissed. At Miss Reed's 2025 trial, Sergeant Buchanan was detailed the MSP's investigation. Sorry. Sergeant Buchanan repeatedly directed potential donors to a website created in support. We saw that. In another post, In another post, Sergeant Buchanan disparaged Mr. Carney's and Miss Reed's supporters, us, you guys, for our low level of intelligence, for believing conspiracy theories, and for proudly helping ruin innocent people's lives. On November 29th, 2025, Sergeant Buchanan put to rest any notion of the Norfolk Special SPDU's actual bias against Mr. Carney and Miss Reed by posting a donation link and revealing himself as the spokesperson for the McCabe and Albert fundraising operation, writing, "I personally thank you on their behalf." I also love every time I saw this first in one of Corey Hopkins' filings where she said emphasis added. I love that when they have to be like, I was the one that put it in bold and italics. I needed to add that emphasis. Sergeant Buchanan's crowdsourcing of funds for prosecution witnesses against Mr. Carney and Miss Reed may violate Massachusetts conflict of interest law, and that's the law, and I don't know how you read those things. Either way, his overt advocacy for these witnesses and his clear bias against Mr. Carney and Miss Reed makes a mockery of any appearance of impartiality in the Norfolk SPDU's investigation of Mr. Carney and Miss Reed and obliterates whatever confidence the public had in the integrity of those investigations. Like, to the point that I know this would never happen, but if there was somebody that like truly believed that Karen was guilty but wasn't like all the way in on all of this, they should also be appalled by this. If you truly believe that Karen hit John and essentially like got away with it, you should also be mad at Yuri Buchanan and Michael Proctor and all of them. And the fact that the other side is not mad at them, that is, they're working together, that they're on the same team, that is enough for me to know that they're full of it. Now it gets into stuff about Mello, and I really just wanted to talk about Buchanan. And then it talks about how Cosgrove should not be in charge anymore, which he shouldn't have been. Nobody should be prosecuting this. This shouldn't be a case. Jolie just said the MSP keeps doubling down. It's like you had the chance to get to the bottom of this. You had the power to get all the information that we're like begging for, and you didn't. You got the information that you wanted to frame an innocent person, and now you're like, well, the people that I should have looked at in the first place are mad. Like, that's the drama that I think we should all be focused on. I'm going to do one more commercial break and peruse that to see if there's anything else that I want to read over before we call it a day. Let's watch. Oh, no, I wanted to do. Okay, give me 1 second because I wanted to find the Michael Morrissey video if I can. If not, then I'll give it a rest. Nope. Oh, I found it. Okay. I did it. Okay. Nope, just airdropped it to Mr. C instead of myself, so sorry that you're going to be very confused why there's a random video on your phone of me being Michael Morrissey. Okay. Hi. I fixed it. We're live at the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, where Michael Morrissey is about to make a statement about the upcoming trial of Karen Reed. This will be the first statement of its kind in my dozen years as Norfolk District Attorney. So why are you doing it now? The harassment of witnesses in the murder prosecution of Karen Read is absolutely baseless. What about cops harassing journalists? It should be an outrage to any decent person, and it needs to stop. I agree. What are you doing to stop it? Innuendo is not evidence. False narratives is not evidence. Are you reading from an email? Who is that from? However, what evidence does show is that John O'Keefe never entered the home at 34 Fairview in Canton on the night he died. But you just said false narratives are not evidence. 11 people have given statements that they did not see John O'Keefe enter the home at 34 Fairview that night. 0 people have said that they saw him enter the home. 0. No one. Did one of them write that email? Some have, without any evidence, pointed to 18-year-old Colin Albert, a nephew of the homeowner, and accused him of attacking John O'Keefe as he entered the home. But phone evidence shows John O'Keefe never entered the home at all. Wait, but you just said as he entered the home, so he wouldn't need to enter the home for that to happen. Testimony from witnesses tells us that 18-year-old Colin Albert had left his uncle's home before John O'Keefe and Karen Read had arrived outside the residence. Okay, testimony, but what about the evidence? There was no fight inside that home. John O'Keefe did not enter the home. Doth be protesting a lot, sir. Colin Albert did not commit murder. Jennifer McCabe, Matthew McCabe, Brian Albert, these people were not part of a conspiracy and certainly did not commit murder or any crime that night. They have been forthcoming with authorities, provided statements, and have not engaged in any cover-up. What have you done to verify their stories? To have them accused of murder is outrageous. To have them harassed and intimidated based on false narratives and accusations is wrong. Right, we get it. Everybody will continue to not harass them. The autopsy of John O'Keefe was conducted by a forensic pathologist from the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner. The doctor found that the injuries that left John helpless in the cold were not the result of a fight. I have her notes here. That's not what she found. She further found that the line of abrasions on his arm was consistent with blunt trauma, not an animal attack. Card! What? A grand jury of everyday citizens heard the documented evidence and testimony before making its decision. Would it surprise you to find out those witnesses perjured themselves? Michael Proctor, the state police trooper being accused of planting evidence outside 34 Fairview Road, was never at 34 Fairview Road the day of the incident. Why not? Wasn't he the lead investigator? In addition to having no opportunity to plant evidence as has been suggested, Trooper Proctor would have no motive to do so. Trooper Proctor had no close personal relationships to any parties involved in the investigation, had no conflict and no reason to step out of the investigation. Is that how you classify your second family? This should be seen for what it is. Lynn, he needs a card. It is contrary to the American values of fairness and the constitutional value of a fair trial. You took the words right out of my mouth. Lynn, I'm done. Where's that card? And send this to Jen and Julie and whoever to make sure it's okay before I post it. Happy birthday, Jen. Yay. 50th birthday. That's so exciting. I hope you have a lovely birthday dinner. There was one more footnote I want to read because we're just focused on Buchanan's ridiculousness in this, from the SIR reply, where Betterow says, Sergeant Buchanan's fundraising on behalf of prosecution witnesses obligates the Commonwealth under Brady Giglio and Rule 14 to investigate and then disclose any evidence that tends to show that the McCabes and Alberts were offered, sought, expected, or received any possible benefits related to Sergeant Buchanan's solicitation on their behalf. This includes communications between and among Sergeant Buchanan and the witnesses, and records of money received by the witnesses related to Sergeant Buchanan's requests for donations. So that, to me, it's like what I was saying at the beginning, like I don't want Aiden's charges I think that they already should have been dropped, but if they're not going to be, I want to see those communications between and among Sergeant Buchanan and the witnesses. And like, I would say at this point that they're probably not like texting about it, but they're dumb. So maybe they were. And even if it's just, oh, they had these meetings on this day at this time, like I want to know all of it. Because my tax dollars are funding this, and I would like to know that we are not being ruled by people who are corrupt. And as far as I can see, that's not the case. Like, they hated Signal so much, and like chances are that probably Kraft Haskell said they're all using Signal. Like, they probably are, even though they hated it so much. Christine Mitchell said, Emily, we love you all the way from the UK. It makes me so like, that's so nice. We learned today that it's pronounced Deitch, so we're gonna forget Deitch. Kay Schmidt gifted 5 memberships. Oh, you guys, wait, before we go, I learned how to gift memberships, and I want to do that. Hold on. I think I learned. Let's see. Membership gifting. Okay. Send gift memberships. You have 10 gift memberships to send this month. I'm sending them all right now. Send 5 now. Woohoo. Welcome Shelby's Chick and Adriana and Janelle and Corina Pinky and Troy Scott. Okay, 5 more. This is so fun. Woohoo. Deb Knitting Mimi. That's such a sweet name. I feel like I can just like picture you with your knitting. M. Osland. The name I can't say. Julia. Welcome. And Leanne Rigby and Tracy. Welcome. This is so fun. I love this. Thank you guys. Now I owe you guys. I feel like you need to understand. I'm seeing myself now on like the StreamYard screen and the YouTube screen, and there's a delay. Whoa. That's really funny. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and keeping me company, and just for being you and being awesome. And oh wait, sorry, one more thing. I made Drama Free is the Life for Me merch at the request of you guys. Please don't feel obligated to get anything, but if you want Drama Free is the Life for Me merch, I want to show you, share this tab instead. I want to show you what I made. Oh, see, I knew you're like, so Deb Knitting Mimi said, I'm knitting a pair of socks right now. That sounds so cozy. And like, I feel like I can just picture like these like chunky knit cozy socks. Oh, I love that. This just like made me feel very peaceful. Okay, so the link is in the description of this video. And okay, so there's Drama Free is the Life for Me set of pins. These are little pins that have the different chips that people were the most excited about. So there's Not Today, Satan. Road Rage Free is the Life for Me. Drama Free is the Life for Me. The drama got me, but I'm not my mistakes. And I had a drama thought and kept it in my head. And you can gift yourself those when you are living your best drama-free life. There's a sweatshirt with all of the different chips on it. And if you have other drama like sayings that you want me to make chips of, let me know. There's stickers, not today, Satan sticker. And then I really like this. There's a coffee mug that says not today, Satan on one side, and then it has all the little chips on the other side. And then there's a t-shirt of that one, and then a t-shirt that says drama free is the life for me. And a sweatshirt. I thought this was cool too. So the sweatshirt says drama free is the life for me. And then on the sleeve, it says not today, Satan. They come in different colors. I think I'm going to get the navy hoodie. I love a good hoodie. But if there's anything else that you guys want, let me know. And if you have, like I said, if you have other sayings or other like dramatic moments that you want me to address, let me know. And if you have questions about like, is something drama, message me. I'll let you know. I'll rule on it, yes or no, about drama. But then I just want to remind you all, like, there is more than enough drama happening in the systems around us. I don't know what's happening with my hair right now. There's more than enough drama happening in the systems around us for, clearly I need a hat right now too, wherever that comment just went. So maybe I'll make a drama-free hat. That you don't need to get bogged down by any additional drama. Dr. Jen Toxic said, "You are so sweet, Emily. So glad you're on the scene now. Thank you for welcoming me into the scene and for being here and just being so supportive and friendly and amazing." As the dyslexic, Zach said, as the dyslexic Christian said, "Not today, Santa." I like that. Zach, welcome back. We really have missed you. Cat Savage said, "I love that sweater. Thank you. I got it at TJ Maxx. It's Vince Camuto, and I now officially have it in literally every single color, except there's this like salmon-y color that I've been thinking about, and I think I need to go back and get it because I didn't get it. They're only like, I want to say it was like $19.99. They're so comfortable, and I need to go get the salmon-y colored one because I've been thinking about it since like a week ago when I didn't get it, and I wish I had. Heather said, "I love Emily's channel, so mood boosting always." I cannot even put into words how much that means to me because I feel the same way about being here with you guys. And I'm glad that you're receiving what I'm feeling too. Yes, salami colored. Okay, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I hope that any Sunday scaries that you're feeling get replaced by the feeling of like being happy to get back into your routine and knowing that the people that you didn't see while you were home over the weekend or over a vacation are happy to see you. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Bye, everyone, and go.
John Keefe was 46 years old. Psst, Peg, time to cry, because remember, oopsies, you thought he was 45. John Keefe was not a buffalo on the prairie. When I was a kid, I used to throw boulders off of bridges. Ah, what a thrill. The dater is the dater. And tonight, I'm going on a dater with Shannon Welcher. We have no idea how the collision happened, but if you have any doubts left, remember this. My best friend, Jen McCabe, said Bella's mom. Of course Karen hit him. Speaking of Jen McCabe, she's a soccer mom. She doesn't use Signal like Arca. She keeps everything right out in the open, like how long until John dies in the cold? Didn't need Michael Proctor. Tully is our Uber driver now. As the trial ends, we remember Barrows lied not, Kelly Dever. I know our times changed to whatever, but cops can't solve crime in bad weather.